The Torah gives us a great opportunity to fulfill a mitzvah in Parshas Behar, a mitzvah that is not simple, a mitzvah that takes contribution, a mitzvah which not everyone can fulfill. A person has to be in a position to be able to fulfill it. What is this mitzvah? The pasuk says, "V'chiyamucha chicha umataya do imach." If an individual, if one of your brothers becomes impoverished and he's having a hard time, he's fallen from where he was, you have an obligation v'hechezakta bo to strengthen this individual. Financially, if the person is an individual who can no longer provide or is struggling to provide for their family or for themselves, we have an obligation to strengthen them in order that they be able to continue to live among us. And how is it that we strengthen them? So the Torah says, lend them money so they can be able to pick themselves up. And when we do, when we lend them money, al tikach meito neshech v'sarbis. Make sure that when we lend them money, we don't increase the amount that they owe us. We don't charge them interest. Very important halacha, very important law. This is something that Hashem despises. Connected right after that word of visarbis, of not charging interest, are the words v'yaresa me'alokecha, and you should fear your God. Hashem despises the fact that when someone needs to borrow money, the individual who is lending them money is lending them on interest so that they can benefit from someone when they are in need. What's at the crux of this mitzvah, this idea? Why can't the person say, look, I'm fulfilling a mitzvah. Ultimately, is the person who is in need, are they getting the money loaned to them? Yes. So at the same time, why should I lose? If I'm giving the person who needs and they're getting their money, why should I lose out on the interest I would have made on my money in a bank? So the answer, says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, is that ultimately every mitzvah that we do, every mitzvah that we fulfill, we hope, we desire that it comes, that we do it l'shem shamayim, for the sake of heaven. That we don't perform mitzvahs so that people can say, oh, look, that person's a big Baal mitzvah. We don't perform mitzvahs so that person can say, oh, look, that individual, they really know how to do this or they know how to do that for our own reputations. We do so because Hashem wants us to live lives in which we are performing good deeds for other people. The moment, says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, that we have a personal nigia, we have a personal interest, a personal benefit because of a mitzvah, is the moment that we lose the purity of the mitzvah. And so when it comes to the mitzvah of lending to someone, if we have a personal nigia, we have a personal possibility to benefit from the lending, then we lose the purity of the mitzvah. But what about the person who's lending? They say, look, why should I lose out? So there perhaps we can say that the individual should recognize the fact that this is a mitzvah that not everyone has the opportunity to fulfill. Yes, it's true. We may be losing out by lending money to someone else without interest. But imagine the fact that God, Hashem, has graced us with the ability to be on the side of lending and not on the side of receiving. Instead of thinking to us how much we will lose, we should recognize to ourselves how much we will gain by the thankfulness that we will have to Hashem, by the fulfillment of the mitzvah, by the smile that we put on the face of the other person, by giving of ourselves and our success. Ultimately, not only making ourselves happy, not only bringing a smile to our faces, but also bringing a smile to the Ribono Shel Olam, who then looks down and says, it's a good thing that I gave wealth, that I gave the ability to sustain themselves financially to this individual, because look, they know why I gave them their money. They know what it is that they need to do in helping other people, sustaining others, strengthening them during their difficult times, ultimately caring for a fellow Jew as if we would want someone to care for us. May we be zoche, may we merit to continue performing these types of mitzvos, and for all of us to have the opportunity in life to fulfill this mitzvah, not only as an obligation, but that we are on the right side of being able to give. And those of us who receive are able to appreciate the true, intense, and full heartfelt feelings of those who are helping us out during our difficult moments. May we be able to repay the debt forward to someone else. Thank you for listening and have a good Shabbos.